called Swarm. So this is
like
it's a good title, and I don't think so.
That movie with Michael Caine.
It follows this character called Dre. Her real name is Andrea. We find that out later, but she goes by Dre. She's played by Dominic Fishback, who's very good in it, and it's sort of this story, like, it starts with her and her sister, who, again, are completely different. Like, her sister's, like, a makeup artist who's, like, a bit more confident and outgoing, and she has a boyfriend who's a bit slimy, whereas Dre is the more, inexperienced, less confident one. But each episode is, like, linked by this singer, this famous singer who Dre is a massive fan of, and it's her obsession for this singer which goes to, like, uncomfortable, dangerous places throughout the 7 episodes. In the first episode, she wants to go to a concert with her sister, but because her sister's so caught up with this other guy, she doesn't want to go to, like, the concert. And I don't know how much I can spoil, but there's a tragic event in the first episode that then spirals into the rest of the episodes. But I think what's partly good about it is it's got a little bit of an anthology feel, just because each episode is the character of Dre in a different location doing something different. Because there's a very entertaining episode where she goes and she's taken in this sort of retreat, and they're all kind of like Mother Earth style characters. There's a bizarre cameo by the singer Billie Eilish. She plays one of the like the leader of this retreat, and there's another episode near the end which is done as a true crime style thing, and they sort of use that as a way to explore more of Dre's background and upbringing and her being in foster care and stuff like that. But I mean, each episode she's in a different location and interacting with different characters, but it always turns dark by the end of the episode. Something happens,
right.
And that's what it's about, really, is the character, her obsession with this pop star is very unhealthy, and it manifests in really disturbing ways.
So it's not about the music industry, it's about fan obsession.
Yeah, and it definitely gets the online culture, and how the mania around celebrities becomes even more heightened and unhealthy online. It definitely gets that culture very well. It's produced by Donald Glover, and it stars mostly black actors, and I think it's definitely getting inside the African American experience as well. Like, I mean, with those like hippie style characters I mentioned, it sort of gets into sometimes, some of like the liberal racism.
My daughter.
That's him. That's his like rap
my daughter
persona.
Likes him. She has played me some of his music.
Yeah. He was also, film-wise, he also played Lando in the Solo movie. That's him.
Okay, I have seen that.
Yeah.
Don't really remember him.
He was a very good Lando, but but you can tell he's and he is one of these, he's very interested in portraying kind of the black experience, black culture, and I mean this is very music driven, like it has a certain style with the way it uses music, and but it's a fun watch because it just bounces about different genres. Like, it's got a little bit of a dark thriller vibe, it's got a bit of a horror vibe, it's very satirical obviously, and I think it's just got this feel to it where you need to give it the first couple of episodes to get into what it's doing, because I think it only gets better like once you follow this character more and you just get into the style of the show, because it does have a very offbeat, distinct sort of feel.
So it's always following one character, the same one character.
Yeah.
But in a different...
Yeah, different setting. She interacts with different characters, but there's always the link with her obsession over this one singer.
Right.
And also, there's obviously, along the way, there's a link because, you know, events in her life which come back.
Yeah.
So, it's very well done. The actress is very good because she's very convincing at the beginning as the more timid, nervous one. And in a way it sort of fools you into that. It becomes a very different show if you don't know much about where it's going. Because where she ends up is in a very different place. And she does play a very sinister, over-the-top character very well. Like, she manages to be very threatening as well. So it's impressive seeing those two sides. And
who's the actress?
The journey she goes on. The actress is Dominic Fishback. No, apparently she's in the last Transformers film, which I haven't seen yet. But that came out this year, and there was something else on TV that... Oh, she's in this show called The Deuce, which is from the guy who did The Wire, David Simon. And that's about the development of the porn industry in the 70s. Really good show, really good show. James Franco's in it as twins. Maggie Gyllenhaal's in it. Really good show. But she's in that, and I can sort of picture her in that. But no, based on this, she's one to watch. She's fantastic, and it's just one of these things, like, there are moments that you would think would be dark and uncomfortable, and yet they do sort of make you laugh. It is a peculiar mix like that. But, yeah, good. I liked it a lot, especially once I got into the flow of what it was doing, and, yeah, that's Amazon as well. 7 episodes. Yeah, 7 episodes. So, yeah, Swarm.
Okay.
If I got to do her makeup, I wouldn't be able to touch her face. My hands would be shaking so hard.
You still tweeting from that old ass Swarm account?
Mm-hmm. She is not like everybody else. She knows what we're thinking and she gives it a name. She's a goddess.
With your feet on the air and your head on the ground.
I gotta grow up, Dre. I can't stay here with you.
Why are you doing this to me?
I had to ask you to leave.
Try to strip and spin it.
What do you think she's doing right now?
Who's your favorite artist?
You're a killer bee. Part of the swarm. Talk about Nisha. You get stung.
They are not your friends. Those are some crazy ass fans.
This is feeling a little bit sketchy.
You know, I always knew you were gonna be something. I was like, she's so weird.
You got a spare in the trunk.
No! Damn, you got a dead body in there or something?
Who is your favorite artist?
You have to meet her one day. Promise me.
We will. I promise.
I kind of like her sister better. She seems more like, spiritual.